All right, it's time for grammar warm-up number 7. Let's read the sentence. Yes, I am hopping to play on the Blue Jets team this spring. Okay, number 1, underline the subject of the sentence. Okay, what is our subject? Who or what is this sentence about? Okay, remember a subject has to be the noun, and it is the one doing the action. So who is doing this action? It says, yes, I am hopping to play on the Blue Jets team this spring. Okay. The subject of the sentence is I, because I am the one, well, it's supposed to be hoping, but I'm doing the action. I'm the one that's hoping. Okay. So we underline, sorry, I'm trying to do that. Okay. Underline the subject of the sentence. Okay. Number 2. All right. Remember, I don't have a highlighter, so I'm going to go to yellow. Pretend that's my highlighter. Highlight the words that should be capitalized. Well, let's see. Which should be capitalized? First of all, the beginning of a sentence. Okay, realize it doesn't ask proper nouns. It just asks which words need to be capitalized. Okay, so that means the beginning of a sentence needs to be capitalized. So I'm going to highlight yes. The word I is always, 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 always capitalized. It's one of my pet peeves. Make sure you capitalize the word I. So we underline I and we also highlight I. All right, are there any other words? Well, the name of the team is Blue Jets. So Blue Jets needs to be highlighted, okay? Because that is the name of the team. They're hoping to play on the Blue Jets team this spring. Now, some of you might have thought that spring should be capitalized, but it's not, okay? The seasons are not capitalized. So the only ones that need to be highlighted are yes, I, and then Blue Jets. All right, number 3. Circle the words that tell when. Well, when am I hoping to play on the Blue Jets? When is it? Well, this spring. Make sure it's not just spring, because this also tells you it's not next spring, it's not last spring, but it's this spring. So circle this spring. All right, let's write our sentence. Well, we always start with a capital letter, so make sure this is a capital Y. So now it should go on top of the line. And we call this an interjection, okay? In other words, we are interjecting this into your sentence. We're putting it in the sentence. It doesn't need to be there to make a complete thought. If I just said, I am hoping to play on the Blue Jets team this spring, that's a complete thought. But I put this interjection in there. Yes, I am hoping to play on the Blue Jets team this spring. So when you have an interjection, you either separate it with a comma or sometimes with an exclamation if it shows emotion. Well, this doesn't, so we just separate it with a comma. So yes, comma, make sure we capitalize the word I. If I were asking you to read until there's a next correction, the only thing you would read is am. So we can copy that. So that means our next word needs to be corrected. Well, I had a hard time saying hopping this whole time because it's supposed to be hoping. So how do you spell hoping so that it's hoping and not hopping? Well, you only have the one P, H-O-P-I-N-G. That is hoping. So now if we read until there's another correction, we would say to play on the. To play on the. So now we need another correction. And Blue Jets is a proper noun, so make sure we capitalize our proper nouns. So we're going to do capital Blue and capital Jets. Now, go ahead and read until the next correction. Well, we would just do team this spring. Am I done? I hope you said no. What goes at the end of a sentence? The correct punctuation would be a period. So yes, I am hoping to play on the Blue Jets team this spring. Make sure that you look over this and do all of your corrections. Let's go ahead and go on to number 5. Write the contractions for these words. Well, what is a contraction? A contraction is where you take 2 words and you make it into one by using apostrophes. So instead of you are, you're going to say your. And how you spell your, because there are actually 2 ways to spell your, but this your is you are, so it's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Okay, let's go on to they will. How do you make that one word? Well, it's they'll. T-H-E-Y apostrophe L-L. They'll. How about that is? What contraction would you do for that? Well, it's that's. T-H-A-T apostrophe S. That's. And finally, could not would be couldn't. C-O-U-L-D-N apostrophe T. Make sure you spell that right. It's C-O-U-L-D-N apostrophe T. Couldn't. Right, that's it for Grammar Warm-Up 7. Make sure you make all your corrections.